Good morning, family, friends, and followers. If you are new here to my channel, my name is Kelsey. I'm a licensed esthetician as well as a makeup artist. And on my channel, you're going to see skincare tips and advice as well as some makeup tutorials. If that's something that you are interested in, please give this page a follow as well as thumbs up on this video. So Thanksgiving is this week. Normally I post on Thursdays, but I thought it would be nice to do a nice makeup look for Thanksgiving to give you guys some ideas. It's just gonna be, I don't really know what direction I'm going with it yet, but we shall see where it takes us. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna put on my headband. I will list all the products below that I'm using as well as I will show you as I'm using them. I do my makeup is I lay a base down over my eyes first and then I do everything else. And the reason for that is if there's any fallout for shadow, I don't have to worry about redoing my base. That is a professional way of that people use and do makeup. I will show you what I'm talking about. Use two different foundations. I use my Stay Matte Farmasi and the Morphe, this shade is F260. It's the Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation. I just kind of like how they go together. One is super mattifying, and this one says that it's matte as well, but I feel like it gives my skin a little bit more of a glow to it, and I do like the color combination of these two. And my Stay Matte by Farmasi is in shade 04. Before I apply anything, I like to take a little bit of powder. This is the ColourPop filter setting, no filter setting powder. And I'm just gonna take a nice big brush and I'm just gonna apply the powder. I find that this helps foundations last a little bit longer throughout the day. I do live in Florida. It is super humid even in November here. And even though I do have dry skin, I still get really oily. It's really, or shiny. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of my Stay Matte. On my Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to place it straight across my forehead. So for a shadow primer, I'm going to be using the NYX eyeshadow base. And I find that when I prime my eyes, the shadow does pop just a little bit more. And I think I'm gonna probably be doing a little bit of in my shimmer look today. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that right on the eyelid with a nice flat brush. It also helps give the color of your shadow a nice even complexion. As you can't see, I have very dark eye circles. Nice and primed. I'm gonna just jump off the camera. I'm gonna go do my brows and I will be right back. I am back with some brows on. I get this question a lot, if you do brows before or after you do eyeshadow. It really doesn't matter. It depends on the look I'm going for. If I'm doing a very natural look, it doesn't really matter to me. I'll just go ahead and I will do my shadow look first. But if I'm doing a pretty dramatic eyeshadow look, then I will typically do my brows first because it gives me a place to stop, because sometimes you can get a little bit crazy with your eyeshadows and your blending. So it just kind of gives me a nice place to just end where I'm blending. So next is what we are going to be doing for this eyeshadow look. I'm just gonna bring you guys in just a little bit because you have an Artistry palette by Morphe. And then I have the Jaclyn Morphe collection as well, the Volt. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still obsessed with this palette. So depending on what I'm wearing, I'm gonna go for some warmer tones for this Thanksgiving, because we are gonna be taking our family pictures and I kind of want it to make my eyes pop just a little bit more. With the Morphe Artistry palette, this is what it looks like. It's beautiful, lots of pretty nudes in here, some nice purples too, a lot of really pretty shimmers, and a lot of really nice matte tones. So first I'm going to lay down a nice base, get a nice fluffy brush, go in with the shade Full Disclosure, and we're just gonna plop that right over my primer. And the reason for this is it's gonna keep from creasing. Not with that. It does have a nice neutral base, so that's how we're gonna start it off. And what I'm gonna do is kind of a nice natural cut crease without the actual cutting. So what I mean by that is I'm going to lay a darker color right in the crease of my eyelid right here. And then I'm gonna put a nice light color right on top and hit that corner just a little bit with a darker color. So I'm gonna go in with, from the Jaclyn Hill palette, this one is Ring the Alarm in the shade Rush. Actually, no. We're gonna go with Mugshot. See, this is just, we're gonna tap off some of the extra and we're just gonna lay it right in the crease. This is a nice warm brown. If you have blue eyes, browns are your go-to if you're trying to look for a nice color pop of your eye. Don't ever judge someone's makeup look from the beginning. It's gonna look rough at first, but I promise by the end, with a lot of blending, it should hopefully work out. I do have a slight hooded eye as well. And one of my biggest questions is how do I get my eyeshadows to look so, I don't know, popped? And that is because this is pretty much the look I do all the time, is that natural cut crease. Because I have a hooded eye, I do have to bring up my brow line just a little bit more so that you can see the color. But when I do put that lighter shade on the lid, it does make it pop a little bit. Okay, so we're done there. We're gonna stop and we're gonna apply another color on the outer rim before we do any blending. You know, we're gonna stay with this palette and I'm gonna go in with the shade Secret, because it's a nice dark brown and it's gonna kind of stay with what I'm looking for. For this one, I'm getting a nice little detailed brush. It's gonna allow me to be a little bit more precise with where I'm placing my color. And I'm gonna go right on this outer corner and I'm just following the line of my eye right here so that I don't go too far, and makes the cleanup much easier. And I'm just gonna pack that in into my corner right here. This is gonna give it a little bit more of a dramatic, almost like a winged look. I'm just gonna bring it a little bit down into my lash line. Like so. So I just packed it all the way into my lash line and brought it a little bit over to about the middle of my eye, as well as up the top of my eyelid. It made a nice little, almost like an L shape. So now we are going to blend that out. When doing a nice dark eyeshadow or doing any kind of eyeshadow where you're combining a bunch of different colors, blending is going to be your best friend. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get a nice, compact, clean makeup brush. You're gonna take your nice fluffy brush and you're just gonna make back and forth strokes until you get the look that you want. until all the colors are blended together nicely. And it removes any really harsh lines that your eyeshadow may have made. Blend, 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 blend. Keep blending. It also gives your shadows that nice blurred look where it comes from the darker shade into the lighter shade. It gives that really nice transition. And when I'm going for this one right here to give that liner look, I'm just kind of going back and forth on the line that I made, getting rid of the harsh line, but it's also dragging it out just a little bit, giving that liner look. All right, so now that I have gotten rid of all of my really harsh lines and it's blended together a little bit, I'm gonna go in with a nice shimmery color. And for this one, I'm gonna go back into my Artistry palette and I'm going to be using the shade Expose. It's this nice bright, it's almost like a pinky shade, kind of nice shimmery. I'm gonna take my finger, swirl that around just a little bit, and I'm just going to pat that right onto the eyelid. Now, the reason why you want to use this finger is because it does not apply a lot of pressure, so you cannot harm the skin of your eye. Your eye is very, very thin. It's really easy to stretch and it's really easy to wrinkle. So we're going to take that and we're also going to kind of just dab it a little bit on the darker part, or really the darker shadow. So it gives a little bit of nice transition. Okay, so once we got that on, I'm gonna go back in with my little brush and I'm going to hit that dark color Secret from the Jaclyn Hill palette again. And I'm just going to touch up a little bit, just bringing a little bit more drama to this look. Just a little bit more, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then you're gonna take that same brush, tap off any extra, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of make some flicking motions from the shadow, from the shimmery shadow, out, back to the darker, just so it blends it together just a little bit. Once again, getting rid of that really harsh line. Okay, so now that we are done with that, I'm going to apply my foundation and I'll be right back. Foundation. Okay, so I didn't do my whole entire face just because I think that this is very important since I showed you laying the base down first, but how to apply your concealer after you kind of already have an eyeshadow look going on. So I'm going to be going in with my Farmasi Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. Okay, so I guess just so you know, since this is a learning page, the whole point of concealer is to kind of help smooth dark circles. It's to help essentially brighten up the areas. So when you're doing that, you're brightening the areas that you want people to notice first. So typically it's the middle of the face. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna hit a little bit right in the corner of my nice beautiful dark circles that my son has given me, and I'm gonna bring it out just a little bit like this, just because it's gonna help give my eye a little bit of a lift look. Right here. And lift it up a little bit. This is also gonna help clean up my eye look just a little bit too when I go back in and I use my beauty blender. You know, you don't need a lot of concealer. I don't know why people go, I mean, you know, do your concealer however you want to do it, whatever beautiful shapes you want to make on your face. But I see people just wasting product by applying massive amounts of concealer just to make a pretty sunshine on your under eye. It's not necessary unless you really want to, then you just do your thing. I'm also going to hit a little bit on the corner of my nose right here. This just kind of helps give my has a little bit of a smaller appearance. Also, I get really red in the corner of my nose, so it's gonna help clear that up just a little bit or hide a little bit. On my chin, the tip of my nose, and right on the bridge. A little bit of forehead life. All right, I'm gonna go with my beauty blender and I'm gonna blend that out. All right, so now when I'm going in under my under eye, I'm going to make sure I use that fine tip of my beauty blender, or if yours just has kind of like that line, you're gonna wanna use that and not the big fluffy end. And just go in and try to make a little bit of a clean line with that. And don't be super crazy if you're kind of blending a little bit. Just pat it down really nice, and we'll go back in and we'll touch up a little bit of the eyeshadow look. So don't be too worried if you do get it on your eyeshadow look, like a little bit right there. That's okay. All right, so now I'm just gonna contour my face a little bit. I'll go more in another video to a nice in-depth on how to actually contour your face with concealer and as well as with the powder and shades and things that you're looking for. I'm just gonna apply this really quick. And my contour palette I'm using right now is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette. Got a couple nice pretty highlighters, a brightener, a nice finishing powder with a little bit of glitter in it. I might use that. A nice cool tone bronzer and a very, very pink blush. That shade is just not my friend, but it's for somebody. So now we're done with that. Now I'm going to give my eyelashes a nice curl. I do have pretty long lashes, so I'm not going to be using lashes today for this look in particular. I'm just going to use my natural lashes with a nice voluminous mascara. So doing eyelashes, you kind of want to just get right up under the bottom of your lash. I hold mine for 10 seconds. And the mascara that I have been using, I'm actually super obsessed with. It's new, is this Double Lash Extend by Farmasi. It comes with two different applicators. One is the length that looks like this. And then one is the volume, looks like this. So after I do the lash curler, I'm gonna go in with the length. If you're ever interested in where I buy these products, all the Farmasi products are in the link that is attached to my bio. You can find them there. Okay, so after I do the length, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna curl the other one and kind of let that dry for just a couple seconds before applying the volume. It just gives the mascara a little bit of a tackiness so that it pulls the lash up just a little bit more. I'm going in with the volume. Just kind of lifting that lash up a little bit. By that time this one's ready, I'm gonna go in and do the same with this one. And now with my bottom lashes, I see some people say don't do it to your bottom lashes. My eyes are very small, so I find that when I do my bottom lashes, it opens them up just a little bit more. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just kind of gonna take the end of my mascara brush, and I'm just gonna kind of dust the bottom lashes. Like so. All right. So remember when I said we're coming back to the eyeshadow? We are in fact coming back to the eyeshadow. We are not finished there. So I'm gonna go back into my Jaclyn Hill and ring the alarm with that shade Secret. I'm going to get a nice little it's like a flat fluffy brush, and I'm going to hit that this color Secret again, that dark brown right here. And I'm going to bring that down into the under of my lash, just on the corner, and give it that nice smoky look. You want a drama, right? It is the holidays. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. We got that nice pretty under eye smoke, and you just kind of want to bring that line you made down so that it just kind of hits it without having a weird gap in the middle. And then now I'm going to go in actually with my Cover FX palette, and I'm going to use a little bit of this brightener right here, and I'm going to just pop it on the inside corner of my eye to make it a little bit brighter. Eliminate any darkness of my eye. All right, nice bright corner of eye. And now let's pick a nice lippy. I'm thinking something warm. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so I picked this nice nude. It's Bodyography in the shade Timber. And we're gonna go with a gloss moment. I got the Jeffree Star Crown lip gloss. It's a nice nude. So we're just gonna go in and line our lip. Now I'm going to go in with my lip gloss. Okay, now we just need an outfit, so let's change this. Here we are, we have a nice flannel going on. Everyone loves a flannel on Thanksgiving. This is the final eye makeup look. And makeup look in a whole. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas on what you would like to do for your Thanksgiving, even if it is sitting at home, you know, treat yourself, do something nice and get ready. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button up at the top. I would be so appreciative. I hope you all have a blessed Thanksgiving, get to eat so much yummy food. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.